So let me begin by expressing my greatest gratitude to you for supporting this channel. If the power of internet and social media has made this channel possible, then your voice and unconditional support have made it necessary. So today, I want to talk about why we need stories. There are 4 protagonists in my address: education, science, arts, and desire. So let's embark on this amazing journey. Science is about knowledge. Arts, on the other hand, are about feeling. Science as such is not a person and does not have a system of morality built into it, any more than a toaster does. It is only a tool for actualizing what we desire and defending against what we fear. And like any other tool, it can be used for good or ill. You can build a house with a hammer, and you can use the same hammer to murder your neighbor. Human tool makers always make tools that will help us get what we want. And what we want hasn't changed for thousands of years, because as far as we can tell, human nature hasn't changed either. Then how do we know? We know if we consult the myth and stories. They tell us how and what we feel, and how and what we feel determines what we want. Then what do we want? Here is the partial list. We want the purse that will always be filled with gold. We want the fountain of youth. We want to fly. We want the table that will always cover itself with delicious food whenever we say the word, and that will clean up afterwards. We want invisible servants who will never have to pay. We want the 7-league boots so we can get places very quickly. We want the cloak of invisibility so we can snoop on other people without being seen. We want the weapon that will never miss and that will destroy our enemies utterly. We want to punish injustice. We want power. We want excitement and adventure. We want safety and security. We want to be immortal. We want to have a large number of sexually attractive partners. We want those we love to love us in return and to be loyal to us. We want cute, smart children who will treat us with the respect we deserve and who will not smash up the car. We want to be surrounded by music and by ravishing scents and attractive visual objects. We don't want to be too hot. We don't want to be too cold. We want to dance. We want to drink a lot of wine without having a hangover. We want to speak with the animals. We want to be envied. We want to be as gods. We want wisdom. We want hope. We want to be good. Therefore, we sometimes tell ourselves stories that deal with the darker side of all our other wants. An educational system that teaches us only about our tools, the how-to of them, their creation, their maintenance, and not about their function as facilitators of our desire, is in essence no more than a school of toast repair. You can be the best toast repair person in the world, but you will cease to have a job if toast is no longer a desirable food item on the human breakfast menu. The arts, as we have come to term them, are not a frill. They are the heart of the matter, because they are about our hearts, and our technological inventiveness is generated by our emotions, not just by our minds. A society without the arts would have broken its mirror and cut out its hearts. It would no longer be what we now recognize as human. As William Blake noted long ago, the human imagination drives the world. At first, it drove only the human world, which was once very small in comparison to the huge and powerful natural world around it. Now, We're next door to being in control of everything except the weather. But it's still the human imagination in all its diversity that directs what we do. Literature is an uttering or outering of the human imagination. It lets the shadowy forms of thought and feeling, heaven, hell, monsters, angel, and all, out into the light, where we can take a good look at them and perhaps come to a better understanding of who we are and what we want and what the limits to those wants may be. Understanding the imagination is no longer a pastime or even a duty, but a necessity, because increasingly we can imagine it, we will be able to do it. Or we will be able to try it, at least. We've always been good at letting cats out of bags and genie out of bottles and plagues out of Pandora box. We just haven't been very good at putting them back in the game. But we are children of narrative, every one of us.